Hey guys, what's up? It's Natasha and welcome back to this week's reading vlog. So I'm just gonna come out here and say that this is going to be one chaotic reading vlog. I read 3 ARCs that I received from the BookSirens, and the first ARC I wanted to make it my own, like a single video, and it just didn't happen. The problem was that I started the reading vlog as a single reading vlog and then it just didn't work out that way because I got so busy that I never filmed myself reaching the 75% mark and the outro. So yeah, I have to do that. And then the second arc that I read, I did do like my final thoughts of it, and then the last arc I read was also, I filmed it a few days ago and I stopped filming at like 25%. I think it was 25 or 50%. And then I just carried on reading. Like I was so sucked into that book that I couldn't get up just to give you like one thought process of it. So I'm just gonna pop up here and give you like my final thoughts on the first arc I read, and then later on pop up with my final thoughts for the last arc that I read. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of b-roll because I'm just bad at b-roll apparently. But yeah, that is going to be it. Let's just jump right into the video, I guess. This week I am attempting to read Where the Lightning Goes by Jacquerie Salem. This is essentially a book about a girl who lives in the sky, and she has been placed there by a wizard due to revenge. I don't know about what, story's unclear. Until one day where she decides to take the leap and jump out of the house. So she falls from the sky and lands in this wizard's yard, and through a series of events she discovers that she's been dreaming of a castle in the sky and she needs to get there. The only way she can do that is by doing a whole lot of adventurous stuff before she can get there. I'm assuming it's a series. I don't know, maybe, but we'll see. Okay, so it's been a few hours later and I don't know where to start. Like, what the hell just happened? There is so much that just happened in like the first part of this book. It was not overwhelming, but it got kind of confusing, like very at the beginning. And I was sitting there going, I don't know how to follow the story. It's like an omniscient perspective story, so you get points from everyone. And we currently got the perspective of the wizard, whose name's Adair. I had to check it in because I couldn't remember. And then his heart as well, who goes by Leslie. Also, this author has such a descriptive way of writing stuff. And there was this, they call her the Painted Lady in one of the scenes, and she was described as this very eerily creepy woman, and all I could think about was the mother from Coraline, the one with the buttons for eyes. I just got that idea because they call her white. She's not even white, she's white. And I was like, oh, that's creepy. She's got long hands and everything about her is white except her eyes, which is, you know, like this dark abyss of stuff. And I was just like, I don't particularly want to have nightmares right now, but it's a very intriguing book. I'm enjoying myself immensely because it's just a sort of fantasy that I'm not used to. And I was very skeptical in reading this book because it just sounds like, you know, it sounds like a very middle grade type of book. I think it's a young adult book, which obviously because it fell under the young adult category, but yeah. What I can say is this author is doing a fantastic job in showing how naive and immature the main character is. Her name is Elle, because I believe she is like 19, 20, she's around there, but the way she acts, she almost sounds like she's a young teen right now, and all the people around her are older, especially the wizard whose yard she fell in. He's severely older. I think he's somewhere in the 30s, and Elle is being portrayed as this very young person, but I get the idea that she's actually a very old soul or old person. It's just that with her whole situation of the wizard and thing, I think he made her, he split her apart like she's a young person. I don't know how to explain this to you, that it makes sense. But the author has such a nice way of writing that she's just naive and she doesn't understand anything. I forgot to mention, Elle also lost all her memories, so she doesn't know why she's in the sky. Apart from the logical stuff of speaking and, you know, things like that, she doesn't know what a mirage is. She doesn't know what certain type of words mean. And I think that's also a way of expressing how young and naive she actually is. She just can't comprehend what some of the stuff means. And it's very intriguing to read. I'm liking this book. It might be my favorite of this month, apart from Death on Deck by Verity Bright. So I am trying to see if I can make a dent into this book. If I can reach the 50% mark today, I'd be happy. I need to figure out where I am. 47%. It's a very good book. Elle is still intriguing me, you know, and Dare as well. He's a very special character. And there's a character that was involved and she keeps getting mentioned, but I don't know if she died or she just disappeared. It sounds like she died. She was Dare's girlfriend. It kind of sounds like it. So anyway, it kind of sounds like Elle is linked to this girl who's named Clarissa. And I have the small speculation that she is a part of Clarissa's soul. That Clarissa was split in, I think, 3, and Elle is a part of Clarissa's soul.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But it's really good. We are, I think, getting to one plot twist where they are going on this adventure and where they are going to... I think she has to steal a dragon's egg and a few other things. It explained everything in the blurb and I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's very good. I'm really enjoying it. And I can't wait to see where this thing goes. I probably will read until maybe 75% tonight. My husband's going out with his brother to watch Ant-Man, the new one, and I was just like, I don't want to join. Because I haven't seen the second Ant-Man and I don't know. It's their time, so... And hopefully I can update you tomorrow if I'm finished. So, Where the Lightning Goes. I see it's a series, but yeah, okay. That's going to be an issue for a later time. It ended on such a way that if you want to read it as a standalone, it's fine. It's all good and dandy. But this book was just so good. I really, really love this book. I think I read at the end of February, so I have like a combined review of it on my February wrap up, but if you guys want like a full review, let me just say it like this book makes you think, like really think. You sit back and you think of the parts that you don't like about yourself and how you have to accept it. It also kind of hints towards sapphic romance, but there's not much of it. The only thing I mentioned is that Elle and Cassidy were like together, and I thought they were soulmates, or Cassidy was part of her soul. No, they were actually together. They were in love with each other. It's a book that makes you think about the parts of yourself that you don't love, and that you should just accept the parts that you don't love. Every part of you, there's a reason why it's there, and there's a reason why other people like you. It probably would be because of the part that you don't like. I don't know even if this is making sense, but this is what I've got from the story. It is so adventurous. It was such an amazing fantasy read. I don't know what's happening with the fantasy authors this year, but the arcs that I'm reading, 10 out of 10 for you guys. I mean, I'm gripped. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, or I think a 4.5 out of 5 stars. One of the two. So I'm quite excited for this reading vlog. Don't mind the hair. I don't know what's happening. It's wild. I'm in my Daisy Jones 6 era, okay? So, anyway, if you can hear the dogs in the background barking, I'm so sorry about that. But I am reading 2 arcs for this video. So I'm reading a very short novella by... what is the person's name? River Knight. There we go. And it's Daggers and Destiny. And it's about this 16-year-old orphan girl who is trying to make a life while on the streets, and she also just wants to keep her brother safe and off the streets. And then one day, while I think scouring for food, she finds this stone, and now she's facing a lot of diversity with the stone. I think there's war brewing, and everything just links back to her, and now she's running for her life because of the stone. It gives me Aragon vibes, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. Like I say, it's a short novella. Kindle says I will be able to read it in like 37 minutes. So if I can just get to it, that would be great. And then the other one I'm reading is A Lewis Academy by Laura Ray. It's not on Goodreads or on Storygraph, so I don't know how I'm going to track this book. I think it's so new that it's not even uploaded on Goodreads or on Storygraph. So That's cool. Anyway, so this is about, I believe, a 19-year-old princess, and she either has to choose between running for the rest of her life or just, embracing the fact that she can control her magic by going to the Lewis Academy. And while she's there, she's trying to hone her magic, trying to survive day to day. And then while at the academy, there's conspiracies against her, so someone's trying to her. So hopefully I can get a lot of reading done this week because it's grinding time at work. I have been promoted, so sorry, just trying to fix my computer here. But yeah, so it's going kind of crazy. I barely have time for anything. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but the fact that I have to edit a lot of stuff, the editing's not the bad part. It's the feedback that's the issue. But yeah, we'll get through it. It's just another month of feedback. We'll just have to get through it. Anyway, right now, I have to do something. I don't know, because everyone's bothering me. So I have to do that, and then I'm going to get me... I don't know if I'm really that hungry because I had a big brunch. I had like eggs on toast with some cheese. So I don't know if I should eat something big or leave it until later. We'll see. Oh, big stage. Oh, I'm so tired. No, man. Ooh. Hey guys. Okay, so big day. Still not done. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to come on and say I am currently at 22% of Daggers and Destiny, and yeah, it's reading really fast, obviously, because it's a novella. This actually makes me want to read the whole entire Shadow Me series, like just one sitting, just sit and read. But anyway, doubt that's going to happen soon. So far, it's reading very, I wouldn't say YA, it's reading very YA, because there are certain parts where, I don't know if you guys have ever written a story where you're just like, okay, something happens, but you can't explain why, so you're just gonna put it there. It's going to happen. There you go. And that's kind of how the book is reading to me. It's good. The descriptions and everything is good. It's just, it's very jarring to notice that kind of writing, and then you're like, okay, why was this actually here? But so far, I got it completely wrong. It's not kind of like Aragon. She basically found the stone in one of the people who choose to look after them. Even though they are orphans, there is someone who is dubbed the crazy lady who chooses to look after these two. And she discovers the stone in her cabin. And this woman freaks out about when she touches the stone because she has this drawing attention to it. And this woman freaks out and she's like, put that stone away. She's like, okay, sorry, I will. But, underlying, she took the stone, she acted as if she put it down. So yeah, it's interesting. I like to see where this is going, obviously, because I'm gonna continue reading. I feel like I can crash any moment now. I'm so tired. My eyes are actually burning, so I'm thinking maybe I should just get some Coke. Sorry. And then I'm gonna continue working for about, I think, 2 more hours. 1.5 hours. I'm almost there. Good morning, everyone. It is cafe latte time. I think it's the last cafe latte I'm going to have in quite a while because my hot chocolate is done now. But anyway, yeah, I'm ready to get reading. I reached 32% of Daggers and Destiny. I really hoped that I would get further into the book, but unfortunately, work is tiring. And yesterday we also had a small group meeting afterwards, so I didn't get a chance to read, and also I didn't want to read in the evening because, like I said yesterday, my eyes were burning so much that I couldn't open my eyes anymore. So today is the day that I'm aiming to finish this book and dive into a Lewis Academy. I just want to add, even though I'm not further into Daggers and Destiny than I was yesterday, I'm just a bit, but they mentioned something about werewolves. And I didn't even know werewolves were part of this world. Up until the point where Marla, the main character, mentions that werewolves tend to stay on their side of the world or their island. They are very recluse and everything. I'm like, I wasn't aware that, there was actually going to be werewolves involved in this. So the magic system is not, or the magic and the fantasy system is not built upon a lot. Like you dive in there and you're going to find tidbits of, oh, this exists. So that was kind of like a curveball for me. But anyway, because I wasn't aware werewolves exist in this world, so it kind kind of seems like everything in this world exists and you're just going to get introduced to everything. Marla's also the chosen one for something. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. So far, I like the writing style. It is very simple. The chapters are also very short, so it's very intriguing. It makes you just page, quickly through the stuff. It's just that, I don't know, I feel like some of the things could have been more fleshed out. Good afternoon, everyone. There has not been much updating on my side, merely because I am not really feeling well, so I'm not doing much besides working, reading, so it's not that exciting. But yeah, I did finish Daggers and Destiny just now, and I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. Merely because I figured that because it's a prequel, it introduces you to the world, it introduces you into how Altheria was created. So we're gonna move into that world in the next book, which I will probably start reading next month. Don't wanna what is the word I'm looking for? I don't want to apply for too many arcs and then don't have enough time to read them. So for now, I am going to wait on the Altheria Chronicles and I'm going to start reading Lewis Academy. Hopefully I can get that finished by Saturday. Doubt it. But yeah, it's a good story. It's a good prequel. But like I said before, there still needs. I felt like there were more things that were needed. Maybe just clarification that this world building system is like really large, and you get fantasy creatures as well as magic in it. Sometimes the one doesn't exist with the other. So I don't know. It's weird, but it's interesting. So I have about 40 more minutes to work. So that is what I'm going to do now. Then I'm just making pies for dinner. I'm not in the mood for it. Yeah, anyway, so that is the plan for the rest of the day. It's just reading. We also finished Drive to Survive, the 5th season. Pretty good. I'm excited for this year's Formula One. I'm excited to see how Drive to Survive is going to pan out. I don't know. And now there's this show on Netflix called Full Swing, because my husband got me into Formula One by making me watch Drive to Survive, and now he's like, I know how to get you into golf, and golf is really not my favorite sport. Like, I don't see how I can enjoy it, and now he wants to watch that, so I think I'm going to leave him to watch Full Swing and I'll just be reading next to him. So that seems like a plan. Good morning, everyone. Don't know where this was going. Okay, I have to say I have been pooped for the last 2 days. I don't have energy, and I don't know what's happening, but clearly I need a booster or something. But I did read up until 24% of, I figured I am pronouncing this wrong because it's Alius. So it's Elias or Elias, and I'm going with Elias because I called it a Lewis Academy. And you can clearly see the I's in front of the U. But anyway, so Elias Academy, I'm 25% in that. And I am enjoying it. It's moving really fast, of which it's pretty cool. The only thing that I would say, because we started the prologue off where we are introduced to our character, you can tell I wasn't really in it because I really forgot her name right now. Laurie. I think her name is Laurie. You get introduced to, she is a magic person, or a person with magic. She's very powerful. She's a princess. And then you jump to 10 years later where you read about in the prologue that her grandmother wanted her to, I don't know, I'm guessing there were things that wanted to kill her and so. So you read how she's disguised as someone else and she goes to stay with other people and gets this, lens over her where she thinks this is her parents, but it's not really her parents. And I think what would have been best for the book if the prologue was left out. Like, if we could join in on the character and not believe that her parents are really her parents, that kind of thing. Like, we are introduced to the world along with the character in her new world, can I say? There's a lot of birds on the wire. Let me just quickly, because I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know what they're doing. They're just chilling there. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know if this is making sense. Like, if we were with the character and we weren't aware of the fact that she is a princess, that would make the story more, I wouldn't say believable, but it would make it more intriguing in a way, because now you want to know who's going after her and what she actually is. And I think that would have been a bit more, giving the book a bit more of that oomph. But other than that, I have no complaints. I will aim to read up until say 50 or 75% tonight, and then maybe finish the book tomorrow. We don't have a lot of plans for tomorrow, which I'm entirely grateful. So yeah, it's sleeping late, chilling, reading, doing all the low-key weekend vibes. It is currently lunchtime and I'm on my way to make French toast because for some apparent reason I like making French toast on Fridays for lunch. I don't know, just we're going with it. So yeah, I have not been reading at all. Currently I'm watching the 3rd episode of Daisy Jones and the Six. And I just love that show. I love the book even more. So yeah, I can't wait for, when is it? The 30th of this month, where the book club is going to get back together. And I'm assuming we're either going to talk about Pride and Prejudice for like 5 minutes and then talk about Daisy Jones and the Six for the rest of it. So yeah, but other than that, let me make some French toast. Okay, so I don't know how to phrase this because you only got 25% of me just saying this book is... I can't even remember what I said. That is horrible. Anyway, world building wise, my food's done. Hold on. I burnt my cheese. I put mayonnaise and cheese on bread and just put it in the oven. So I'm just gonna put it here because there's a fly hovering somewhere here. I heard it now and it was just going the whole time and I was like... So I'm trying to concentrate. Could you not? Oh. World building. Laura Ray, I'm taking my hat off to you. The amount of things that you put in here for world building is just beyond my capabilities. Granted, I wasn't feeling well, so while I was reading this, my brain was just like, wow. But yeah, this world is just exceptional. I love this world. I cannot wait to dive back into it. I'm actually considering registering for the ARC, like a prequel before the Elias Academy. I should actually ask the author because I tagged them in an Instagram post and I also made them aware because somewhere in chapter 9 this sentence just stops, like it doesn't carry on, and I was like, it's not major, but I would have liked to see what happened there. So I just told them and they were like, okay, no thank you, I fixed it. I was like, okay, cool, can you tell me what you said? But anyway, so I should have actually asked them how do you pronounce it, just for clarity's sake. But I love this world and I cannot stress this enough. This world, the world building is exceptional. The characters are so great. The characters that are nice, let's put it like that. Saffron, she's half fae, half human, and it's just so interesting to hear the way that she describes fae as opposed to what I'm used to, like Sarah J Maas's books. And I read another fae book, I just can't remember what, but it's so different. So it's been a few minutes. I got on a call with my dad and then I had to do the washing. Well, I had to stand by the washing machine to make sure it doesn't tumble off its rubber mat because, I don't know, apparently our washing machine has learned to walk. So yeah, I can't remember what I said exactly, but I think I said everything that I wanted to say. So that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below if you would be interested in reading some of these books. I know I didn't give a lot of information, but if you're interested in a fantasy adventure, most of these books are for you. And I'll see you guys in a video next week.